Hey guys, what's up? It's Zor here, and today I have a review for you guys of the iOttie waterproof skins for the Galaxy Nexus and the iPhone 4 and 4S. These are both 20 bucks, and these are a 2-pack. So thank you so much for iOttie for sending these out to me. I'm going to be putting these guys in my pool, swimming around with them, seeing how everything goes, and let's go from there. So without further ado, let's get into the review. Alright, so the packaging for both of these skins is basically the same, so I'm just going to unbox the iPhone one because the majority of people out there have iPhones, and that's just a statistic, but so most people have iPhones, so that's what I'm going to unbox. The same things you will find inside of this box are in the Samsung Galaxy Nexus box, which basically is the same thing except it's just fitted for the Nexus. Now, in advance, I'll just be telling you guys that before I do all the shooting and putting this on my phone, I'll just warn you guys, something that they mention to you is that this is something that you cannot blame them for if you happen to mess up your phone. If you mess up your phone, it's entirely your fault. You can't blame them for it because you agreed to it. On the packaging, you were supposed to read all the packaging, and on the packaging it clearly states that you are not allowed to blame them for the loss of the life of your phone, I guess, because your phone, you agreed to what they're telling you because there's an instruction manual and everything telling you that if you do apply this properly, it will work, but if you don't apply this properly, it will not work. So that's just something I have to say. So over here you see these skins which will actually go onto your phone, and then you have these sealing tapes right here. So that's basically what comes inside of the package. There's nothing else except for this little manual of installation and stuff like that, precautions and installation. It tells you all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so this is the unboxing. Now let's get into the review. I'll put it on my phone and we'll go test it in the water. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like with the skin on your iPhone. Now I didn't waste any time showing you how to apply it because it's very simple, and honestly it just takes more time to do it. It's very simple. They have instructions in the manual and on their website. But here you see how it's working, and that's how it looks. So they provide you with these pink stickers that will tell you when your iPhone is in danger or not in danger. So they'll tell you if there's a leakage of water or if there is not a leakage of water, which is a good indicator as to whether or not your iPhone is protected from the water damage. Now, it's kind of easy to apply. You just got to do it properly so that you don't get it stuck to the plastic of the skin. You want to get it put on your phone. So it takes a little bit of time. Here I had to remove it and then put it back down. But it's all good at the end of the day, and it's pretty easy to install. So the final thing you have to do before you can put your iPhone underwater is this sealing tape. This sealing tape is what will go over the back of your iPhone where you have that little opening right here. So the skin will form a perfect oval, and then you'll apply the sealing tape, and that is how you secure it from all the water and make it water resistant, watertight. No water's going to get in there if you apply this properly. Now, it's pretty easy to install. You just have to make sure you do it right. And they recommend you might want to do it twice. I only did it once because I honestly didn't feel like spending more time to do this because I already have an iPhone 5, so I'm not too worried if my iPhone 4 gets all covered in water because it's not worth anything anymore. So I applied it like this, and it turned out to go pretty fine. There's no problems here. You'll get a couple air bubbles, so you may want to just make sure you smoothen them out, but otherwise it's pretty good, and that was pretty easy. So this is the thing that I wanted to point out to you guys. Right here it will tell you that iOttie is not responsible for phone damages occurred due to the misuse of the skin. So right there it tells you if you do anything stupid, or say you chuck your phone into the water and do something bad, they're not responsible. So just be wary of that. Alright guys, so I'm going to just first talk a little bit, and then I'm going to switch to the rear-facing camera and jump in the pool. So right now, the phone is completely dry. I have not put this in the pool yet. I went swimming, but now I'm going to put this in the pool. And hopefully it works. Hopefully the skin does protect my phone from any water. So without further ado, I'll switch to the rear-facing camera and we can jump in the pool. So, as I said, we're going to jump into the pool now. So 3, 2, 1. I think it's still working. Let me wipe off the camera a little bit. And yeah, it's still working. So let's go underwater again. I think that worked. So it is working, which is a good thing. I don't know if the microphone is working, but I think it is. This thing does cover the phone entirely, so the microphone may be a little bit muffled, but I think it should be working fine. So, yeah, I'll test it later and see if anything is wrong with it or if everything's working fine. Alright, guys, so, let's get some footage of how this thing works underwater. Let me just swim around it with it and see how everything works. Alright, everything looks like it's working well. And, it looks pretty cool. This thing is definitely going to be pretty cool. Almost like having a GoPro with you. And, this is pretty cheap considering what you get. So, it looks like it's working pretty well, and I do like how it is completely protecting my phone from water. And it's very thin. It's not like one of those big, bulky cases. It's completely waterproof. Alright guys, so I showed you how the front-facing camera worked before I jumped in the pool, and I also showed you how the rear-facing camera worked in the pool. So now I'll show you how the front-facing camera works in the pool. So let me take it underwater. Alright, so it worked. Now, everything's working fine right now. Let me go test it inside the house when everything's dry and tell you if anything's not working or working at all. I did enjoy this, and everything did end up working fine, but I did have one slight problem. This is a one-time use skin, so you can't charge your phone, you can't listen to music, you can hardly use your buttons, and it's very difficult to use your vibrate silent switch. So what that means is either you're going to have to always have your phone fully charged, or what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take the sealing tape off, take your phone out, and then put your phone back in, and then reapply the sealing tape. So that's a little bit annoying. Aside from the fact that this is one-time use, I think this is one of the best things you could ever get for your phone if you want to have a really cool experience. It's practically like having a GoPro underwater, and you're using your phone, and it's really cool because you can have your phone underwater and you're having absolutely no difficulty getting your phone to work. It's just working fine. It's an amazing experience because you have a regular phone, and for $20 you get 2 skins, you get 4 sealing tapes, and 4 leakage indicators. And when you get that, you can use your phone countless times underwater. It's practically like having a $300 GoPro, but not having a $300 GoPro, because you're using this, an iPhone, underwater with a $20 skin. I mean, how cool is that? It's basically the greatest thing ever. You don't have to pay a bunch of money for a waterproof case. You don't have to pay a bunch of money to get your iPhone covered in a special coating. You just have your iPhone right there, and you can use it inside of the skin, and then take it off. It's like an amazing thing, and it's completely voluntary. You don't have to worry about having a huge case. You can take this off when you can put it back on. I mean, it's probably one of the best things you could ever get for your phone, aside from a case and a couple cool accessories, because this is just awesome. And I think anybody that has a pool or anybody that likes to go swimming or does anything like that definitely needs to go get this. The only problem is, of course, you can't use your phone underwater, so you're gonna have to come into the water already filming because the touchscreen doesn't work underwater. But aside from that, it's pretty cool, and I do think it's a great thing. And of course, the Samsung Galaxy Nexus one does work the exact same way. I didn't feel like making a gigantic, really long video having both phones because they do the exact same thing, and trust me, both phones work fine. I do have a Samsung Galaxy Nexus. My friend has one, so we did that. We put his phone in my pool, and it worked fine. I didn't want to show you guys the entire thing because it's just too long, and that's just kind of a really boring video. But otherwise, I really think you guys should go get this if you have 20 bucks, which 20 bucks is not that much money to spend. So thank you so much for iOttie for sending this out to me. It's 20 bucks. I really enjoyed it, and yeah. So rate, comment, and subscribe.